What's up, guys? I'm happy to say I'm still alive. Now, on Monday, I was doing these regular squats. I was going to go for 3 sets of 10 with this exact same weight as I managed to complete today. But since I'm back at work now and I'm spending a lot of hours every day in the car, I was sitting down more than I was used to, and I had some form of lower back pain on the 8th rep on my first set of squats. So I stopped immediately and hang upside down on my moon boots, something I very seldom do. And on the day after, on Tuesday, when I did an upper body workout in the gym, which I did not record by the way, um, I did between pretty much half the sets, so like probably 7 sets of basically reverse hyperextensions. So for those of you who are familiar with strength training, especially like the West Side Barbell Conjugate System, you know what the reverse hyperextension machine is. I was using quite a bad machine, to be honest. I couldn't load it very heavy, but since I'm not used to it, it did feel quite difficult anyway. And the point of that is to work your lower back and your glutes, also a bit of hamstrings, but it's mainly just the lower back and glutes, with a pendulum kind of force, which really just tractions out and pulls the lower the discs in the lumbar spine apart, basically. So as opposed to a squat or a deadlift where you get compression of the discs, you get whatever the fuck the opposite of compression is. Just pulling it apart, basically. So I don't know if that's called a tensile force, maybe, but basically your lower back's getting pulled apart like a rope, not in a gentle way, but also not in a violent way. So it's nice and controlled, and I had 2 days now to recover from that, and I was able to squat 3 sets of 10 today with zero pain. So I'll stay focused. I'll remember, I'm taking a mental note that I can still have lower back pain if I'm unlucky, and rather if I do something wrong. So I'll make sure that that won't happen again, which means I'll probably need to try to not sit down a lot of hours in the day, probably sit down with better posture when I do, make sure to work on my good morning problem in these squats. As you can see here, it could be quad weakness, it could be back weakness. I'm not 100% sure, but that obviously is not optimal. And Charlie commented on it too. He's really catching up to me on squats, and I believe my back feels a lot like a limiting factor, and it certainly is on deadlifts. I mean, my entire spinal erectors and hamstrings run out of steam very quickly, and I mean, really, I just need to work on those muscles a hell of a lot more in order to catch them up. I've always deadlifted with the wrong technique my entire life, and I've never done good mornings. So it's just a matter of hitting the weak links with good solid work, but doing exercises that are smart, exercises that don't break me down more. So the reverse hyperextension will certainly be on the menu in the future, and I will show you that next week in the gym. But for now, tomorrow I'll probably be working out at home, although I'm not completely sure. It depends on my schedule, which isn't static. So yeah, it'll be a good workout nonetheless, a regular upper body day. So I'll see you guys then, and I am back. Goodbye.